Hello everyone, and welcome back to Body Revival. It's wonderful to have you all here again. For those of you who are new to our channel, Body Revival is dedicated to bringing you the most valuable, evidence-based health information to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant life. If you haven't already, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our crucial health videos. Trust me, you won't want to miss today's discussion. Today, we're diving into a topic that is absolutely critical, especially for our viewers over the age of 60. It's a subject that often gets overlooked in the vast landscape of health advice, but one that has profound implications for your well-being and longevity. We're going to talk about a very common vitamin, one that many of us, particularly as we age, might be taking regularly, perhaps even diligently, believing it's beneficial. However, for those of you over 60, this particular vitamin could, surprisingly, be doing more harm than good, potentially increasing your risk of serious health complications like stroke and blood clots. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with knowledge, allowing you to make informed decisions about your health and your supplement regimen. We often hear about the vitamins we should be taking, but rarely do we delve into the ones we might need to reconsider, especially as our bodies change with age. This oversight in public health discourse can have significant consequences, quietly impacting daily life for many, leading to unforeseen health crises that could have been prevented. Consider these sobering statistics. Stroke is a leading cause of death and serious long-term disability worldwide. Every year, millions of people suffer strokes, and a significant portion of these occurrences are linked to blood clots. While many factors contribute to stroke risk, including diet, lifestyle, and genetics, emerging research and clinical observations are shedding light on how certain seemingly innocuous supplements, particularly one vitamin we'll discuss at length today, might be inadvertently tipping the scales towards increased risk for our older population. We're talking about something so commonplace, so seemingly benign, that it's often taken without a second thought, often recommended by well-meaning friends or even family, or simply chosen off the shelf because vitamins are good for you. But what if one of these good for you items could actually be putting you in harm's way? What if the very thing you're taking to protect your health is, in fact, silently undermining it? This isn't a theoretical discussion. It's a vital exploration into real-world health implications that could directly affect you or someone you love. Stay with me, because understanding this could be one of the most important health revelations you experience this year. Now let's get into the heart of the matter. The vitamin we are focusing on today, and which many individuals over 60 should seriously reconsider taking without professional guidance, is vitamin K specifically. We're talking about forms of vitamin K that are commonly found in supplements, particularly vitamin K1's phylloquinone, and certain forms of vitamin K2 semenoquinonist. While vitamin K is undeniably essential for many bodily functions, its role in blood clotting is where the complexity and potential danger for certain individuals arises. Vitamin K is crucial for the synthesis of several proteins involved in coagulation, often referred to as clotting factors. Without adequate vitamin K, your blood wouldn't clot properly, leading to excessive bleeding. This is why newborns are often given a vitamin K injection at birth to prevent a rare, but serious bleeding disorder. However, for older adults, especially those with pre-existing cardiovascular conditions, a history of blood clots, or those on certain medications, an excess of supplemental vitamin K can push the delicate balance of coagulation too far, increasing the propensity for clot formation. This isn't about demonizing vitamin K. It's about understanding its powerful role and how an imbalance, particularly an excess from supplementation, can have unintended and dangerous consequences in an aging body. The mechanisms that regulate blood clotting are incredibly intricate, a finely tuned orchestra of proteins and platelets designed to prevent both excessive bleeding and inappropriate clotting. When we introduce additional exogenous vitamin K, especially in concentrations found in supplements that far exceed dietary intake, we can disrupt this delicate equilibrium. This disruption can lead to an increased production of clotting factors, making the blood thicker or more prone to forming clots within blood vessels. These clots, as we know, are the primary culprits behind ischemic strokes, heart attacks, and deep vein thrombosis. It's a classic example of how a good thing, in excess, can become detrimental. Think of it like a seesaw. You need just the right amount of weight on each side for balance. Too much weight on the clotting side, and you're in trouble. One of the first critical signs or manifestations that someone over 60 might be experiencing an increased risk due to excessive vitamin K, especially in conjunction with other pre-existing conditions, is the emergence or exacerbation of symptoms related to deep vein thrombosis (DVT). DVT is a serious condition where a blood clot forms in a deep vein, most commonly in the legs. While DVT can occur for various reasons: prolonged immobility, surgery, certain medical conditions, or genetic predispositions, an increased propensity for clotting, potentially aggravated by supplemental vitamin K, can significantly elevate this risk. The causes here are directly linked to the enhanced production of clotting factors. Imagine your blood flowing smoothly through your veins, like a river. Now, imagine tiny sticky clumps starting to form, making the flow more sluggish, increasing the chances of these clumps growing larger and attaching to the vein wall. That's essentially what happens with increased clotting factor activity. A real-life example might be someone like Mr. Henderson, a 72-year-old active retiree who, wanting to boost his bone health, started taking a comprehensive bone supplement that included a significant dose of vitamin K2, alongside his regular multivitamin, which also contained vitamin K1. Mr. Henderson had a history of varicose veins, a common age-related vascular issue, but nothing severe. One morning, he noticed his left calf was unusually swollen, felt warm to the touch, and was tender to palpation. He initially dismissed it as a pulled muscle from his morning walk. However, over the next few hours, the swelling worsened, and he started experiencing a dull ache that wouldn't subside. This insidious progression, from mild discomfort to persistent, noticeable symptoms, is a classic presentation of DVT. The consequence of not detecting this early could have been catastrophic. A DVT, if left unaddressed, can lead to a pulmonary embolism, PE, where a piece of the clot breaks off and travels to the lungs, blocking blood flow. A PE is a life-threatening medical emergency, causing sudden shortness of breath, chest pain, and can be fatal. In Mr. Henderson's case, thankfully, his wife urged him to see a doctor immediately. An ultrasound confirmed the DVT, and he was promptly started on anticoagulants. His doctor, after reviewing his supplement list, advised him to immediately stop all vitamin K-containing supplements, noting that while his varicose veins predisposed him, the added vitamin K likely pushed his clotting system into overdrive. The key here is recognizing that while some individuals may have underlying predispositions, excessive vitamin K can act as a significant accelerant, turning a potential risk into an imminent danger. The seemingly innocuous swelling, the subtle warmth, the persistent ache, these are not just minor discomforts. They are critical alarm bells that, when ignored, can lead to a cascade of life-threatening events. Early detection and immediate medical attention are paramount. Moving on to a second crucial sign, particularly insidious because it can often be mistaken for other, less serious conditions, is the experience of transient ischemic attacks, TAs, or mini-strokes. A TA occurs when blood flow to a part of the brain is temporarily blocked, causing stroke-like symptoms that usually last less than an hour and don't cause permanent brain damage. However, TIAs are strong warning signs of a future, full-blown stroke, and an increased tendency for blood clot formation, potentially fueled by excessive supplemental vitamin K, can be a direct underlying cause. The mechanism is similar to DVT, the formation of small clots that temporarily occlude cerebral arteries. These clots can be formed in situ within the brain's blood vessels, or they can travel from other parts of the body, like the carotid arteries in the neck, or even the heart, where an increased propensity for clotting, influenced by supplemental vitamin K, makes their formation more likely. Consider the case of Mrs. Rodriguez, a vibrant 68-year-old woman who, after reading about vitamin K's benefits for bone density, started taking a high-dose vitamin K2 supplement in addition to her daily multivitamin. She had no prior history of neurological issues. One afternoon, While gardening, she suddenly experienced a momentary numbness on the right side of her face and arm, and her speech became slurred for about 5 minutes. It resolved quickly, and she attributed it to being tired or dehydrated. A few weeks later, she had a similar episode, this time with temporary vision loss in one eye. Again, it passed relatively quickly. These fleeting symptoms, often dismissed or rationalized away, are the hallmarks of TIAs. The danger of not detecting or addressing these early warnings, especially when linked to an underlying clotting state potentially exacerbated by vitamin K, is immense. Each TIA is a red flag signaling that a more devastating ischemic stroke might be just around the corner. If Mrs. Rodriguez had continued to ignore these signs, or if her doctor hadn't thoroughly investigated her supplement regimen, she might have suffered a debilitating stroke, leaving her with permanent neurological deficits, such as speech impediments, paralysis, or severe cognitive impairment. The consequence here isn't just discomfort, it's a potential loss of independence, a drastic reduction in quality of life, and an enormous burden on healthcare systems and caregivers. Upon investigation, Mrs. Rodriguez's neurologist found no other immediate causes for her TIAs, but noted her slightly elevated D-dimer levels, a marker of blood clot activity, and the high dose of vitamin K she was ingesting. When she stopped the vitamin K supplement, her TIA episodes ceased. This illustrates how seemingly minor, transient symptoms can be critical indicators of a deeper, supplement-induced issue that, if left unaddressed, can lead to severe and irreversible neurological damage. The subtle slurring of words, the momentary weakness, the fleeting vision changes, these are not simply senior moments. They are urgent calls for attention. A third critical area where excessive supplemental vitamin K can manifest its risks for those over 60 is through the development of new-onset or worsening atrial fibrillation, AFib, or other cardiac arrhythmias, which significantly increase the risk of stroke due to clot formation within the heart. While AFib has numerous causes, including hypertension, heart disease, and age, an increased propensity for blood coagulation, exacerbated by high doses of vitamin K, can contribute to the formation of clots within the heart's chambers, particularly in the left atrial appendage, a common site for clot formation in AFib patients. The mechanism here is more indirect but equally dangerous. When the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool and stagnate in certain areas, increasing the likelihood of clot formation. If the blood is already stickier due to excessive clotting factors from vitamin K, this risk is amplified. Let's consider the case of Mr. Davies, a 75-year-old gentleman who had a long history of well-managed hypertension. He decided, based on a popular health article, to start taking a high-dose vitamin K supplement to decalcify his arteries, a purported benefit of certain forms of K2. Within a few months, he began experiencing episodes of rapid, irregular heartbeats, palpitations, and occasional dizziness. These symptoms were intermittent at first, leading him to dismiss them as anxiety or indigestion. However, the episodes became more frequent and prolonged, significantly impacting his quality of life and causing considerable anxiety. This irregular rhythm, coupled with the potential for increased blood viscosity from supplemental vitamin K, creates a perfect storm for clot formation. The consequence of not detecting or addressing this early is dire: a cardiac embolism, where a clot formed in the heart travels to the brain, causing a devastating stroke. Unlike TIAs, which are temporary, a stroke caused by a cardiac embolism often leads to severe and permanent neurological deficits. Mr. Davies eventually sought medical attention when an episode of palpitations left him feeling profoundly weak and lightheaded. An ECG confirmed new-onset atrial fibrillation. His cardiologist, after a thorough review, including a detailed medication and supplement history, noted the high vitamin K intake. While not the sole cause of his AFib, the cardiologist explained that the excess vitamin K could have contributed to the thrombotic environment, making his AFib significantly more dangerous in terms of stroke risk. Mr. Davies was immediately started on anticoagulant therapy and advised to cease all vitamin K supplements. His case highlights how a supplement, taken with good intentions for one aspect of health, can inadvertently exacerbate or contribute to another serious, life-threatening condition, particularly when it interacts with the intricate balance of the cardiovascular system. The subtle flutter in the chest, the unexplained dizziness, the feeling of a racing heart, these are not to be ignored, especially for those over 60. Now, let's turn our attention to the solutions and practical advice, because knowledge without action is merely information. The first and most crucial piece of advice, especially for anyone over 60 currently taking any vitamin K supplement, is to consult your healthcare provider immediately. Do not make any sudden changes to your supplement regimen without professional medical guidance. This is paramount because discontinuing certain supplements or medications abruptly can also have adverse effects, and your doctor needs to assess your individual health profile, including any existing conditions, medications, especially blood thinners like warfarin, and your overall risk factors for stroke or blood clots. Your doctor can help you understand if the vitamin K you are taking is indeed problematic for you, and guide you on a safe path forward. This consultation is not merely a suggestion, it is a critical step in managing your health responsibly. Be prepared to provide a comprehensive list of all supplements, over-the-counter medications, and prescription drugs you are currently taking. This holistic view allows your doctor to identify potential interactions or contraindications. Once you've consulted your doctor, and if advised to reduce or eliminate supplemental vitamin K, focus on obtaining this essential vitamin through dietary sources. For most healthy individuals, adequate vitamin K can be easily obtained from a balanced diet, and this is generally safer for older adults as the absorption and utilization from food are more regulated by the body than from high-dose supplements. Excellent dietary sources of vitamin K1 include leafy green vegetables like kale, spinach, collard greens, and broccoli. For vitamin K2, sources include fermented foods like natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean product, which is exceptionally high in K2, certain cheeses, and egg yolks. The beauty of obtaining nutrients from food is that they come packaged with a multitude of other beneficial compounds, and the body has a much better ability to regulate the intake and prevent excess. This approach minimizes the risk of over-supplementation while ensuring you still receive this vital nutrient. It's about shifting from a more is better supplement mentality to a balanced and natural dietary approach. This dietary shift isn't just about vitamin K, it's a fundamental principle of healthy aging, prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods. Beyond vitamin K, general lifestyle changes are absolutely critical for reducing your overall risk of stroke and blood clots. These are not merely suggestions, they are foundational pillars of cardiovascular health. First, prioritize regular physical activity. Even moderate exercise, like brisk walking for 30 minutes most days of the week, can significantly improve circulation, reduce inflammation, help manage weight, and lower blood pressure, all factors that contribute to a healthier cardiovascular system and reduce clot risk. Exercise helps keep your blood flowing smoothly, preventing stagnation that can lead to clot formation. It also strengthens your heart and improves the elasticity of your blood vessels. You don't need to become an Olympic athlete. Consistency is key. Find activities you enjoy, whether it's walking, swimming, dancing, or gardening, and integrate them into your daily routine. Even short bursts of activity throughout the day can add up. Second, adopt a heart-healthy diet. This means focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. Emphasize fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, fish, poultry, legumes, and healthy fats, avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil. Limit saturated and trans fats, excessive sodium, and added sugars. A diet rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds can protect your blood vessels and improve overall cardiovascular function. For example, the Mediterranean diet, with its emphasis on plant-based foods, healthy fats, and moderate protein, has consistently been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. Think of your diet as fuel for your body. Just as a high-performance car needs premium fuel, your body thrives on nutrient-dense, wholesome foods. This dietary approach not only helps manage blood pressure and cholesterol, but also contributes to maintaining a healthy weight, which is another significant factor in reducing stroke risk. Third, maintain a healthy weight. Obesity is a significant risk factor for stroke, heart disease, and DVT. Excess weight puts additional strain on your cardiovascular system, increases inflammation, and can contribute to conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, all of which elevate your risk for blood clots and stroke. Even a modest weight loss can yield substantial health benefits. Work with your doctor or a registered dietitian to develop a sustainable plan for weight management if needed. This isn't about fitting into a certain size, it's about reducing the metabolic burden on your body. Fourth, manage chronic conditions effectively. If you have conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or atrial fibrillation, it is absolutely essential to work closely with your healthcare provider to manage them aggressively. Adhere to your prescribed medications, follow dietary recommendations, and attend all your follow-up appointments. Uncontrolled chronic conditions are major drivers of stroke and blood clot risk. For instance, uncontrolled hypertension damages blood vessels, making them more prone to clot formation. Uncontrolled diabetes can lead to widespread vascular damage. Effective management of these conditions is a frontline defense against cardiovascular events. This includes regular monitoring, medication adherence, and proactive communication with your medical team about any changes in your symptoms or concerns. Fifth, quit smoking and limit alcohol intake. Smoking is one of the most significant, modifiable risk factors for stroke and blood clots. It damages blood vessels, increases blood pressure, and makes blood stickier, dramatically increasing your risk. Quitting smoking is arguably the single most impactful lifestyle change you can make for your cardiovascular health. Similarly, excessive alcohol consumption can raise blood pressure and contribute to arrhythmias like AFib, increasing stroke risk. Moderation is key. If you struggle with quitting smoking or reducing alcohol, seek support from your doctor or support groups. These are not small changes, they are profound shifts that can extend your life and improve its quality significantly. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, commit to regular health check-ups and open communication with your doctor. Your annual physical is not just a routine appointment, it's an opportunity to assess your cardiovascular risk factors, monitor your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels, and discuss any new symptoms or concerns. Be honest and comprehensive with your doctor about your diet, lifestyle habits, and all supplements you are taking, even those you consider benign. Don't withhold information, assuming it's not relevant. Early detection of risk factors, or even subtle signs of potential problems like those discussed earlier, DVT symptoms, TIAs, palpitations, can lead to timely interventions that prevent catastrophic events. Remember, your doctor is your partner in health. The more information they have, the better equipped they are to guide you. This proactive approach to health, rather than a reactive one, is fundamental to aging well and preventing serious health crises. The significance of early recognition of these signs, and the proactive application of the solutions we've discussed, cannot be overstated. Understanding that a common vitamin, often taken with the best intentions, could pose a risk for those over 60, especially concerning stroke and blood clots, is a powerful piece of knowledge. It empowers you to take control, to ask the right questions, and to make informed choices about your health. Ignoring subtle symptoms like leg swelling, fleeting neurological changes, or heart palpitations, or continuing a supplement regimen without professional review, is akin to ignoring a flickering warning light on your car's dashboard. Eventually, that minor warning can escalate into a major breakdown. We urge you, from the bottom of our hearts at Body Revival, to proactively protect your health. Your body is an incredible, complex system, and as we age, it requires a more nuanced approach to care. Small changes, like reviewing your supplement cabinet with your doctor, adopting a more active lifestyle, embracing a heart-healthy diet, and diligently managing any existing conditions, can lead to monumental improvements in your quality of life, and significantly reduce your risk of serious cardiovascular events. This isn't about living in fear, it's about living wisely, with awareness and intention. It's about changing to a positive, proactive lifestyle that supports your well-being for years to come. You have the power to influence your health trajectory, and every conscious choice you make in favor of your well-being is an investment in your future. Embrace this knowledge, share it with your loved ones, and inspire those around you to take charge of their health journey. The main message today is clear. Be informed, be vigilant, and always consult your healthcare professional. Do not assume any supplement is unilaterally beneficial, especially as your physiology changes with age. Your health is your most valuable asset. Protect it fiercely. Thank you, dear viewers, for watching this entire video. Your dedication to your health is truly inspiring, and it's why we do what we do here at Body Revival. If you found this information valuable, which we sincerely hope you did, please show your support by subscribing to our channel, turning on those notification bells, and sharing this video with anyone you believe could benefit. We are committed to bringing you more in-depth, evidence-based health topics to empower your journey to a healthier life. We wish you all robust health, vitality, and peace of mind. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again soon on Body Revival.